Yo, what's going on, everybody? Let's go ahead and get into it. So these are some local pickups I had. So I did that Rally Squirrel Sports Card Shop video the other day, and these cards are from that video. After that video, I ended up making a deal. I picked up some cards from them. I figured I'm already over there. I'm already spending time doing this. Might as well also support local, pick up some stuff, and basically create a relationship. So I did that, and then I picked up this stack from Get Some Game here in Charlotte. Now this was originally priced around $600. I paid half that. I paid $300. They would have done less if I would have done cash. They would have done like $280. And then the same thing here. They would have gone like $40 less if I would have done all cash. It ended up being $660 after tax, so it would have really helped me out if I would have just paid all cash for everything. I would have got a much better deal. My margin would be a lot better for the stuff that I do want to sell. So I'm learning now, like, I run and operate Starlight on 22nd, which is a really eclectic, cool bar here in Charlotte. We do events all the time, and I make a lot of cash tips. So I'm learning, like, Orion, stop putting your cash tips into the bank. Stop trying to pay off your credit card with that. Just save your cash tips. Use that as, bartering power, and save aside for spending on cards. Although I'm not planning to spend on cards, it just kind of happens. I go to the shop, I see what they have, and they always end up having more stuff. Especially now that I've been going in to Get Some Game, they've started to pick up more and more singles, which is great for me. Even if they have small margins with the offers that I've made, they know that I'm going to be back every week. So we've created a really, really good relationship, and I'm very thankful for that. And one thing I also want to note, when I'm in there, I see Tyrannitars a lot. This Raichu that I was talking about the other day that ended at $26 still hasn't been paid for. If this doesn't get paid for, I'm probably going to just keep this card because I don't see Raichus coming in. I only see Tyrannitars, Magikarp. I don't know why. I don't know if Raichu is rare in reality, but I don't see a lot of them coming into the shop at all. So I might end up keeping that. But anyways, let's go into it. I'm going to start with the small stuff first. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 5 were just thrown in for free. So let's get into these. We got a Radiant Alakazam. I love this card. Between the Radiant Alakazam, the Radiant Steelix, and the Radiant Charizard, these are my favorite Radiants, and I'm going to just start keeping them because they remind me of the old Shining cards, and I really like that about them, which also leads me to Shining Legends. You guys have mentioned Shining Legends. I really want to pick up the cards from Shining Legends. I think they're super undervalued, super dope cards, so I want to add those to my collection. I haven't seen them anywhere locally, so that'll be interesting to see those more often. It's really cool to be able to bargain with both these shops because I'm not able to do that with another shop that I've gone to. I'm forgetting the name of the shop. It's out in Concord. I can't remember the name of the shop right now. I can't remember the name of the shop to save my life. But they won't budge at all. The prices are the prices. I don't want to shop at places like that. I want to be able to bargain. I want to be able to negotiate, especially if I'm coming in there and planning on giving repeat business over and over again. But anyways, the other cards, and I'm not sure if I have these already. I know that these galleries will sell for a couple dollars, so I'm not too worried about it. If I have them, I'll put them up for auction. But we got this Parasect. I think that's Lost Origin. Yeah, that's Lost Origin. We got the Centiskorch V, which I definitely don't have. It's Lost Origin. It's got a really, really nice texturization to it. I don't get why this Centiskorch V has this texturization when most Vs don't. Honestly, they should learn from this card right here. The Vs should have the texture to them. Then we got Roserate from Lost Origin. Not sure if I have this gallery card yet. And then we got this Chandelure, which is really nice actually. That's Lost Origin too. So those are all thrown in for free. Again, guys, this was almost $600 in the actual sticker prices they had in there. So to get $300, I felt pretty good about that. And hopefully I've fostered a good relationship. This Tag Team Reshiram Charizard GX, I think this card is sick. I actually have another Charizard GX card. I thought I already had this one, but I didn't. I was going to put it up for auction, but since I don't have it, I'm just going to keep this one. But one thing I did notice is there's like a build battle box. So as you guys know, I collect theme decks. If I angle this up a little bit, you can see the theme decks above me. I wish I had my glass display case behind here, but whatever. Anyways, I collect theme decks. So when I was looking at theme decks, and mainly vintage, I like collecting vintage theme decks. I'm starting to think about collecting the Diamond and Pearl era theme decks because honestly, those still look really good. And the Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I think I might collect theme decks up to like 2012, I want to say, because that's where they stop being kind of quality looking theme decks. I don't know if it's just going to come with time and the theme decks coming out now can look better in the future, but I doubt it. It just there isn't the same quality and care you see in the products that are coming out today versus back then. Back then, everything was sealed, right? Even the theme decks, you know, in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, those were like shrink wrapped. I like that. I don't like that now everything is just like a box. They're just producing it and throwing it out there. But anyways, when I was looking at theme decks, I saw a like build battle theme deck box that had 2 of these and another Charizard GX card. And it was like $30. The shipping was $9. So then I was like, damn, this card, if you bought that build battle box, you would have 3 Sun and Moon GX Charizard cards. And it would cost you like $12.50, like $13 a card basically, but they would be mint condition. I think that's kind of important. I think you could actually make money. So I'm actually considering buying that GX build battle box just to get those 3 Charizard cards. And then there's other cards in there that maybe I can use to fill out, you know, one of my sets with. But anyways, moving forward, here we have a alternate art. And I'm kind of starting with the cheapest cards first. Hopefully I can get this out. There we go. Here we got the alternate art Genesect from Fusion Strike. He's got the boombox at the bottom. I really like this card. Again, the alternate arts really defined Sword and Shield era. These cards just look absolutely phenomenal. Really happy that I came into Pokemon when all these amazing artworks, and there's still so many that I have to pick up that I should just bid on because they're gonna get more expensive. There are so many that I still don't have. The Eevee Evolution alt art VMAXs, the Tyranitar from Battle Styles alt art, the Eevee Evolutions, the Espeon alt art, which they had in the shop, and I should have just picked it up and made a bargain deal on it. Maybe I can even go back and just be like, yo, I'll give you $30 for this card. It's got some dings on the bottom of it. I just need it for a binder filler. So I may do something like that, and maybe even Collecticon will have a ton of alt arts and people can do deals. I just don't know if at an event like that people are actually going to be bargaining. I feel like more so there's going to be trades and there's going to be high dollar sticker prices, but we'll see. You know, I'm going to go to Collecticon, so we'll see. But yeah, this Genesect is from Fusion Strike. They had this listed at $20. Again, I paid half of the price of all this stuff together, so I basically got this Genesect for $10. Happy about that. Here we have a card from Pop Series 3. This is the Ho-Oh EX. It's got a really nice shine to it. It looks pretty mint for the most part. There might be a couple light surface scratches, but it's a really nice card. The holo shine's really great. I'm a huge fan of this Ho-Oh artwork, honestly. And honestly, in general, the Pop Series, I really like the Pop Series. I would like to have all the Pop Series cards. I have a good stack of them right now. So that's kind of like, those are kind of like mini sets that I'm working on. But I just really like the quality of the Pop Series cards. And this is actually, what we have here is my first alternate art from Sun and Moon. Again, I would ignore the sticker price because that's not what I paid. I basically paid $40 for this card. But here we have the alternate art Machamp. It looks great. The quality on this card is great. The centering is good. There's like no wear on this card whatsoever. It's a pretty nice near mint card, and I actually really enjoy this artwork. It looks like the moon and the sky is behind you. You got Marshadow and Machamp. Like, honestly, this card goes super hard. This card goes super hard. Do I think it's worth $85? Would I have ever paid the sticker price for this card? No, I wouldn't have. Not at this point, not at where I'm at collecting. I would not pay these premiums for the Sun and Moon cards. And maybe it won't matter. Maybe it'll just go up regardless, but I think people need to just chill and let that come down a little bit. Here we have a near mint Feraligatr EX. Again, just ignore that price sticker. I mean, I guess don't ignore it. It shows what they were trying to get for this stuff, and also maybe where the market's at for this stuff. But this Feraligatr was sitting in there for months, because I remember when I originally told them I was going to do a video walk around to the store, and I just kind of put it off and put it off and put it off. One of the people that was working there previously, Pete, told me to come in, and if I came in like the next day, he would sell this one to me for like 65 or 70 bucks. But I picked this guy up for 60 bucks, so I'm happy about that. It's really not the best artwork of Feraligatr. I think it will grow on me though. It's kind of a cool looking card, but for the most part, there's barely any hollow on the card other than the borders because of the dark background, one. And two, just because the Feraligatr itself, the CGI takes up so much of the card, so it's really hard for me to actually show you guys the hollow pattern on this card. Now when I'm looking at it, I can see it fine in here, but again, you guys probably know this, but like any card with a dark background, it's hard to see the hollow pattern on that. But this Feraligatr is for Unseen Forces. It's number 103, so that was just like, I need that. I need to pick that up for that set. So now I've got that. Woo! Here we got a Flygon EX. The hollow pattern on this card is beautiful. This card is near mint. It looks really good. And let's see, this is for, happy to binder this card. I believe this is for Legend Maker. Yes, this is EX Legend Maker. It looks fantastic. There were some cards that I also really needed for sets, but any kind of dings, any kind of creases, I was just like, you know what? No, I'm not that desperate to pick up cards for these sets. I'm not gonna rush it. I wanna wait and find the nicest condition cards that I can, especially if I'm buying stuff locally and it's not really me picking and choosing. I'm really just, I see this stuff, I need it for my sets, let's go ahead and pick it up. And if I need to sell it down the road, so be it. There is one card in here that I plan to resell at some point if I can get a nicer version. But the deal was so good on these that I was like, dude, whatever, just pick it up. Because the price on this last card I'm gonna show you guys is pretty crazy. I feel pretty good that I got the last one for like 40 bucks. All right, trying to get this out. So we got this Vaporeon reverse hollow. The reverse hollows actually sell typically, you know, this gold letter, the gold HP. I'm gonna take get this guy out because one, I'm gonna put this in a new sleeve because I don't like these rigid sleeves, which sounds counterintuitive because I should want a nice rigid sleeve to protect my cards, but I don't like it. I like the flimsy clear sleeves. Anyways, as you guys can see, it's got the gold lettering on there. These cards just pop off. It's got the Delta Species stamp. They wanted 75 for this. I paid 30. I feel pretty good about that. This card is beautiful. And also, is that one of the first cards? No, that's number 18, so that's the last card on the backside of the first page of that set, but I don't have really any Delta Species, so I'm glad I have this Vaporeon. It looks really good. It's super clean, and it's honestly a great artwork. It's honestly such a great artwork. It's beautiful. I love the shine on this card. I love the gold for the name. Here's the back. You see a little white spot right here and right here. Other than that though, pretty happy with that card. Put that back in a top loader for now until I binder it. But I'm making, seriously, with the pickups lately and the money offsetting everything that I'm picking up, coming in every day from eBay and soon YouTube, because the ad revenue seems to be picking up a little bit on YouTube. But that's for another day. We'll talk about that another day. It's really interesting how many videos I've made and how little ad revenue I've made doing YouTube. For as long as I've been doing it consistently, but it is what it is. I'm happy I get to do what I love, and I still get some payment from that, from the time that I put in. But mainly, I just like to share all this stuff with you guys, so it's whatever. Again, we have another. We've got this one, the Espeon. They wanted 40 for that, so basically I paid 20 for this Espeon, which is ridiculous considering the fact that, as you guys can see, it's near mint. It's super nice. And I needed this for Delta Species. This is on the first binder page of Delta Species, number 4. I would have honestly happily paid 50 bucks for this card. I really, really like this card. The reverses go for a premium on eBay, so I'm really happy I picked this up. And it's number 4, so it's on the first page of that binder for my EX Delta Species, so I'm really glad I was able to pick that up for the low. I'm gonna put that back in my sleeve because we have a lot of cards to still get to. And then I have a mail day video that I want to do. A little spoiler, I got this guy in an 8. I opened it early because I was too excited. I rarely do that, but like, dude, this is one of my favorite cards in the whole game right now. This is one of my favorite cards. The Japanese version is another one that, you know, I want to get, even though I don't want to tell everybody that I really want that one. But the English version honestly shines beautifully and is holding up really well market-wise. I really still love this card so much. It's just shines so beautifully. And I've got a 9 coming on the way. I know that's an 8, and I've got a 7.5 as well. I know somebody in the Discord also got a 9, so let's go. All right, last card in this stack from Rally is Rayquaza EX. Now, this card mint easily goes for 300 bucks. And an 8, I think they're going for like 200 bucks, 8 or 9. Now, obviously, they wanted 90, which isn't even that bad. 90 bucks was not that bad. There was actually somebody in the store when I was there looking to buy this card and asking for it, and they were like, hold up, he's already getting several cards. So they actually prioritized me picking up these cards over at Rally. That was really cool of them. Because the guy who wanted this Rayquaza EX was very adamant about picking it up. I almost picked it up because he wanted it, but it's whatever. I need it for my binder. I wish it was in a little better condition. You guys are probably gonna look at it and be like, what do you mean it's in great condition? As you guys can see, there's no dents, there's no scratches. It's really a nice card. There's no creases on it at all. And I didn't pay 90, I paid 45. But up here, the only thing that bothers me, I'm super OCD. Up here, we've got just some dings up at the top. Most people wouldn't even notice that, but I notice everything. And you need to take that stuff into account when you're looking at cards and trying to pay a competitive price. You need to let them know, hey, you're selling me a flawed card. You can't expect to get a premium on it. But I will say the back, need to be careful with that. The back looks really, really good. As you guys can see against my black shirt, there's like no, even on the back side up at the top, there's like no whitening, but I think whoever slid it into the sleeves, honestly, just pressed on it a little bit too hard, and that's why. And even showing it on camera, it's so hard. You guys can just barely see at the very top there, there's that silvering at the very top. It looks like someone, you know, pushed the card into a sleeve, maybe a little too hard. But you guys know that I love Rayquaza, and this is one of the better Rayquaza cards. This is a beautiful OG Rayquaza card. I really like this artwork. I'm happy to have this one. This is Dragon Frontiers number 97, which is unfortunate because I would love for this to be on the front page of Dragon Frontiers. And it's honestly one of my least favorite EX designs. Like, for the EXs, I would rather it be like Cosmo Hollow everywhere than this just basic vertical hollow. And that's another issue just with English in general. They just need to make better cards, texture them better. That's a story for another day. Let's top load this beautiful guy. I'm confused. Is that moisture in there? Somehow moisture in this sleeve? I don't even know how that's possible, but put this in a fresh sleeve. Okay. And honestly, if this sits in my binder, my binders are packed right now. So if this sits in the binder flat for a couple years, who knows? Maybe the little you know, dings from someone sliding it in the sleeve, maybe those will get pressed down and it'll help flatten out the card a little bit. Yeah, you guys can still see it a little bit there just from getting pushed in, but it's still a really nice card. I still really like it. Again, I shouldn't be complaining. I paid 40 bucks basically for that card. Okay. This stack, there's 66 cards. I paid 660 after tax. That's everything included. I should have paid 600 on this stack. That would have put my average at about $9 a card, which would be great. Not extremely great, but it would be great. But still, at $10.15 a card, or wait, no, $10 flat for a card, this is an interesting stack. we're gonna take some L's here, and we're gonna have some dubs. Let's get into it. So we got this, this was just thrown in there. I didn't know if I had this V. I ended up having it, so I'll sell this at some point, probably for nothing. But okay, we got a hodgepodge of stuff here, guys, so bear with me. We've got this Jirachi, which they had listed for 30 bucks. That is pretty accurate for a mint condition Jirachi promo. I believe that's XY. Yeah, XY 67 Jirachi promo. Really a nice card. $28. And again, with my average, and there's gonna be cards that are worth way less than 10 bucks here, but with my average, I feel pretty good about most of the stuff in here. I'll be able to make money on most of the stuff in here, and hopefully that'll offset the cost of keeping a lot of this stuff too. But yeah, here's the card. No creases, no damage. You really got to be careful because some of those cards in there, they will have creases. I know I did mistakenly add one to this pile that ended up having a crease in it, which sucked because really like that card. And it's an XY full art, but I'm gonna go ahead and re-sleeve this. All these like silver rigid sleeves, again, y'all know that I don't like those. So I'm just re-sleeving this in a nice clear sleeve, put it in a fresh top loader, and there we go. Beautiful looking card, $10 average, great. Okay, Dark Crobat. We got a Dark Crobat that's near mint from Neo Discovery. I actually don't even know if I have this card, and if I do, it might be in like Japanese or something, but I feel like I don't have this card in that binder. But here's a near mint Dark Crobat. I am absolutely certain that this card could easily get $10 or more. All it needs to do is get 15 bucks. And if it got 20 bucks, if I find out that these like older WotC hollows and vintage hollows, that these things can go for $15 to $20, I'm making money all day on these. It cost me 63 cents to ship them out. I'll take $1 hit on the fees, and I'm still getting my income back, plus a little bit more, plus that extra $1 to pay on the taxes. And if it hits like $19 or 18 or even 17, oof, it's gonna be beautiful. Okay, so next up we got a Vaporeon, and you're probably gonna see all of these WotCs go up for auction. So if you guys want to check out the eBay this week, I'm not listing anything today, but this week I will be listing all these. Let's take this, and this one is more LP than anything. It's more on the plate side. It's got some surface scratching on it. But it's Vaporeon. Who doesn't love Vaporeon? So let's keep going. Sometimes they'll slip up. They'll have a hollow in there for like $4 or $5 that's near mint. I did not have that experience with these, which really sucks. I'm gonna have to let them know, like, I can't be paying $10 on old hollows. I can't. If I'm buying a bunch of stuff from you guys every week, you've got to give me a little more room because I'm almost not enough room to make anything on these. But these near mint ones I do think could potentially go over $20 too. And again, if they hit 20, I almost double my money. So, and they'll ship out for super cheap. If they go above 20, that's actually gonna hurt. I'm not gonna be able to ship them out for cheap. That's gonna dig into my profits on the cards, but some of these that are like near mint, I'll probably just keep and sell down the road, because right now it doesn't make sense to flip some of these immediately. This Vileplume is super nice. Slightly off center, you guys can see, no, very off center, which I think that's actually kind of cool. I think some people might actually appreciate that. Yeah, we got that Jungle Vileplume, that's near mint. We got a lightly played Politoed from Neo Discovery. I actually have a near mint version of this card, so this one's definitely going up for auction. But I don't know. I really like vintage stuff, so I may end up keeping the vintage cards. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. Honestly, at $10 a card, if I would have met a kid and bought his stack of 20-something WotC hollows for 200 bucks, I'd probably just keep it. That's still a nice find, even by today's standards. Here we have a near mint Hitmonchan, super nice. And some of these cards, you know, if they graded potentially in like a PSA 9, they're worth a lot more than $10. So I think we could potentially have some winners here. These are cool as heck. I'm so happy I ran into these because I don't have any, and honestly, these are definitely staying in the collection because they're sealed and they're just vintage gold. These are 2 sealed Machamps from the base set starter deck. It's honestly, both of these look like they would grade very well. Both of them are really well centered. Obviously, you know, they're mint condition. All the Machamps had a first edition stamp, so there's not much I can say on that. If they were shadowless, that would be insane. That would be a whole other story. But anyways, these are just regular unlimited Machamps, but they're mint condition, which is kind of cool. Maybe I will auction one of these off. I don't know. But yeah, these are really cool. I want to straighten them out, get these pulled out again, and then put them in a top loader properly, because I don't like that they were all jammed up, basically, with the folds being folded like that. I think this should be in a top loader, stretched out. Yeah, those guys. And then here we have a really, really nice card. In my opinion, I love vintage. I love vintage. Vintage is invaluable to me. I really don't want to put a price tag on this stuff because I think it's really, really undervalued even as it is. Even though my vintage auctions have done really, really well. Better than normal. So this is I got this on a fresh sleeve. We've got a legendary collection. So it looks like a base set Zapdos from the Go, but this is a legendary collection Zapdos, which is a lot rarer in my opinion. You don't see a whole lot of legendary collection cards that are mint condition popping up in the shop. Like, look at this holo, guys. There's not a scratch on this holo. Really a nice card, really nice value for 10 bucks. Barely any whitening on this card at all. Super nice. And I haven't started Legendary Collection, so I may actually start a binder for Legendary Collection. I have a decent little stack of cards from Legendary Collection. I just sold 2 reverse cards from Legendary Collection, but they were damaged, and I got really good value out of selling those cards. I got like $80 out of selling 2 beat up reverse Legendary Collection cards. That just goes to show you, Legendary Collection, there are some people that are really, really into collecting that set. And then we got another Zapdos here. I'm gonna put this again in a fresh sleeve. Yeah, these vintage cards are so nice. I'm gonna struggle to let go of these. This one is more played though, so maybe I will let go of it. But this is something that would make a perfect auction, just because I already have it. And if it was mint, it would be something that I would really consider keeping. But yeah, we got the fossil Zapdos. The front looks great. There's like no scratches. It looks great. There's no creasing. There's nothing like that. But the back is definitely shows a lot of play. We've got a lot of whitening on the back, so that's a bummer. I would have really loved if that card was mint. So maybe that one at $10, $15. That's probably what I would get out of that. Same thing with this Mr. Mime. He's a little bit more on the played side. I still think most of these would probably get 20 bucks. I have way more followers on eBay than I first did. I have way more sales than I first had. We have 160 sales now successfully completed on there. I've got another 130 something on Mercari. So we're pretty much, I've sold 300 things online, shipped them out successfully, gotten good feedback. Yeah, we got that Mr. Mime right there. And then here we have a Raichu. It's not the cleanest, but I have an affinity for Raichu and Pikachu, so I'll probably just keep this card. It's not in the best condition, but really, I don't care. I really, really like Raichu, so let's sleeve this up. This is also base set unlimited, which at one point, base set unlimited is going to run out. You're not going to see these cards that often anymore. Even though they're printed into oblivion, every day there's more people collecting Pokemon, and a lot of them want to get this vintage stuff. I'm telling you. This stuff is going to go up in value big time over the next couple years. Even the unlimited stuff. Of course, first edition, of course, shadowless, but the unlimited stuff will have its time, I'm telling you. And that's why I've still kept my big stacks of unlimited vintage cards. I've got them in Spanish, I've got them in Japanese, I've got them in English. I really just like this era of cards, and I like the simplicity of it all. I don't need it to be just wow me artwork. I still appreciate simplicity over all that. Like, this card is just beautiful, you know? It's really nice. It's got a really nice hollow pattern to it. The back, again, kind of like those, a little more on the LP side than near mint, maybe even played. But that's a Raichu, and I love Raichu, so I'll be keeping that card. And then we have we got 2 Lapras cards here. I have a ton of Laprases. I have too many Lapras, so I probably will sell these. And they did really well in auction last time. I feel like the last Lapras I sold went for like 16 bucks, which is really, really great. This one has crease in it, so that's gonna hurt. I'll be lucky if I can get 10 bucks on that. And this one is good. So I got 1 super clean. Man, this one is really, really nice. This one's really, really nice. This one's on the near mint side. You guys can see that hollow pattern is insane on this thing. All those stars, that is nuts, guys. That is nuts. Have you ever seen a Lapras with so much drip? All right. I'm moving forward. We got a Wigglytuff base set 2. This card is shiny. It's looking good. And it looks like it's near mint. We got a Nidoking. This is more on the played side, but the Nidoking I sold recently, I think went for $18, which I'm pretty happy about because that was a beat up Nidoking. This one's cleaner than the last one I sold. I may keep it. I'll probably put it up for auction though, because I do have to recoup money on a lot of these cards. It would be great. Basically, if I can get 10 cards sold for almost $20, I'm good. I'm good. 11 or 12 cards, and that covers the shipping and any kind of fees. Yeah. Lieutenant Surge's Magneton. I've got a couple of these. This guy's definitely going to be going up for auction. It's beautiful. You know, maybe I should hold on to it. If I ever buy a Lieutenant Surge deck that's not complete, I'll have the main holo for that deck. That would definitely be helpful. It's really frustrating when a deck is missing a holo and you have to order it. That's really frustrating. Okay, moving forward. I'm pretty sure I got a near mint Mewtwo recently, but I'm not sure because I need it for my Zap deck. Maybe, you know what? I think I put it in my stack of cards. Yeah, I think I did that already. All right, so here we have a Kabutops. I do believe this card is near mint. This might be one of the nicest WotC cards in here. Yeah, it is. This is one of the nicest WotC cards in this whole thing. You see a little bit of whitening on there, but that could have been there from day one. This is a really, really minty. You guys can tell how glossy that holo is. It's really shiny, and there's no scratches on it. For $10, you can't lose on something like this. I will definitely be keeping this card. I really like Kabutops. I think it's sick. And it's basically mint condition. There's no reason to try and flip a card like that I found in the wild that's near mint. It's really, really a nice example. So that'll be going into my big stack of holos. We got a Gary. Whenever I find a Gyarados like this in the wild, I keep it. I like Gyarados a lot. I really want the Gold Star Gyarados, but I have an auction going. Well, I have an auction that I'm bidding on for a Gold Star card. 2 actually that I'm bidding on. And I'm really not bidding on much else right now because I'm like trying to stay focused. I'm trying to keep my eye on the prize, trying to go after these Grail cards while I'm also buying stuff to auction off. This Jumpluff, last Jumpluff I sold went for almost 20 bucks, and this one's cleaner. It's definitely an LP card. It's got very little whitening on it. So that Jumpluff is going to be probably going up for auction. This one is probably the thing that I was most excited about that I don't think they priced out properly at all, but it doesn't make a difference. I'm glad I have it. I've wanted one of these for so long. Some people got these by the dozens. I never see them in a wild. So here we have a sealed Ancient Mew card. And the centering on this front card looks weird. So I'm like, is the centering on the Pokemon itself going to look weird? But if you go to the back, the centering is actually really, really good on this card. I would love to show you guys the Ancient Mew. It's one of my favorite cards. I auctioned one off not too long ago. But this one is staying in the sleeve like this. I don't know if I'll get it graded in the sleeve like this. I don't know what I'm going to do, but this one's staying in the sleeve. Same with the Machamps. So I'm going to put that off to the side. That is a absolutely beautiful card. I'm so glad that was a part of this collection. I've got a German Muck, which I didn't even notice was German, so I'm just gonna sell that. That's a German Muck. I have another regular hollow Muck. I'm taking an L on that. That's Fossil. I'll be happy if I can get 10 bucks for that card. And then this got thrown in there. It's a first edition non-hollow Muck from Fossil. I am slowly, like, whenever I find any kind of first edition cards, I try and stack them up. Right now, I almost have Rocket first edition complete. I have several cards from Rocket that are hollow first editions. I have several Jungle first edition. I have several Fossil first edition. Those are ones that I have many of. Obviously, I have my base set first edition complete. But whenever I find first edition cards, I put them up with my first edition boxes and just stack them there for the day that I do feel like I can finally complete first edition sets as well. But that's going to be a long ways away. I picked up this Latias. Honestly, I want to auction this off, but I think I'm just going to keep it. I really, really like this artwork. It's one of my favorite artworks out of Crown Zenith as far as these gallery cards go. It's just a really nice card, so I like that. This card, if you take the $10 average into account, it killed it on this card. We got a Miriam right here. I already have Miriam, but the Miriam that I have just has just the tiniest little nick on it. Whereas this one is not, it's not as well centered as the one that I already have, but it literally has no whitening, no damage whatsoever. So I think this is the one, despite the centering being off, I think I'm gonna replace the one that I have for this Miriam. So this will go in my personal collection. And then I will be auctioning off the other Miriam. So this will be a fun card to see how this does. I might actually wait a little bit before I auction this card off. I think that maybe a couple months down the road, this card would do much better. Give it some time to maybe appreciate a little bit for the market to kind of level out a little bit. But that was a nice card to have in there for that $10 average. And then of course, we got another Tyranitar. So I've got 4 of these currently. I want to space them out as the months go on and see what the sales space out as. But last Tyranitar I sold went for $32. This is an average of $10. So I could triple my value on this, maybe even more if I can sell this card for more down the road. But let's put that aside. I was really stoked to pick this one up, especially with the average of most of these cards being $10. This is the Chilling Rain alternate art Tornadus. I'm not a big fan of Tornadus, but I do appreciate a good alternate art card, especially when I'm not even looking for it, and it just pops out in the wild. The texture is beautiful. We've got Rockruff in the back. We've got Score Bunny in there. This is pretty cool. There's a lot going on with this Tornadus. So I hope you guys can appreciate this artwork. I think this is a really nice artwork. It's a really nice card. It's got a lot going on, a lot of vibrant colors. Shout out to my Tornadus fans out there. But yeah, that's a $10 average card. In fact, let's go ahead, put this in a nice, fresh, clear sleeve. And now this can go into my Chilling Rain binder, where it will find its home. I did not want these. I did not want these rainbows, but they are from Sun and Moon era or XY era. Let's see, 2017. I believe these are Sun and Moon era, or they're the tail end of XY. The Toxapex is not so bad. I'm trying to show you the Toxapex. Obviously, I've talked about this. You guys know I love rainbows. I'm a big fan of the rainbow rares. What is this? Nihilego? Nihilego. I don't like this Pokemon. But anyways, the texture is beautiful. I literally only picked these up, which I'm taking an L on that with the $10 average, but I only picked these up so that when the time comes that I need to complete these sets down the road, I will be able to. So I'm gonna put these in top loaders. They're gonna be living in these top loaders for quite a while because I am still nowhere near getting to these sets, but I'm kind of stockpiling all the cards I'm gonna need for these sets down the road. And the next time I see them, if I pick them up, they will get auctioned off. I won't keep them, but I need these to complete those sets down the road. Put those there. And then we got some Hidden Fates cards right here. These are super nice, especially with the $10 average. Sleephion pops, and this thing is near mint. Definitely want to put this in a fresh sleeve. Really, really nice Leafeon. And I'm not even a big fan of Leafeon or Glaceon, but I can appreciate them, and they're definitely growing on me. And this is just a really, really nice card from Hidden Fates. And I've got a couple cards now from Hidden Fates. So I'm actually starting to stack up cards from that mini set, which is pretty cool because I had no intention of, saving anything from those sets or from Champion's Path. But who knows? Maybe it comes to a point where I end up going after binding those cards anyways. So let's put these and some top loaders. We'll put this with our Hidden Fates stack. So there's that Leafeon GX. And then here we got a Lucario GX, which is also near mint. Show you guys. This guy, beautiful. Beautiful hollow. This card just pops. This is a really nice card. And that was stickered at $20. So with my average being 10, did well on there. I think I have more dubs here than I have L's so far. But again, it was a lot of money to spend up front for that day. My total was $960 yesterday, so that was a lot of money to spend on cards. That could have gone towards literally picking up the Alakazam Gold Star in a 9. I have the Alakazam, but I'm afraid it won't get a 9, and so that's been one of the cards that's one of the cheapest Gold Stars right now on eBay, and I have a coupon from eBay for 100 off, so it's at like $9.50 or maybe $8.50 right now, so I'd get $100 off that, so it's tempting, plus the 2% back on my credit card. So I'm very tempted to pick up that Gold Star just so I can cross off a 9 off my list, and then maybe I could auction my Gold Star off. But it would be really cool to get the card that I found in the wild graded and keep it in my collection. I think that's a better story overall. But a 9 is a 9, right? Okay, so taking an L on this, but we have a Fusion Strike, Secret Rare, Green Energy. It's not a card that I wanted to get, but felt like I had to. And then here we have a tail end of XY, or the beginning of Sun and Moon. We have another Secret Rare. This one is beautiful. This just looks like a brick of gold. This is a beautiful card right here. Then we got a 2018 Sun and Moon sleeve on there. I really like that. So this guy is just going to be put aside down the road when I will need it for those sets. And then here we have a full art from 2015 Roaring Skies. And this is a beautiful card. A lot of texture on this card. Winona. A lot of texture on this card. And then let's see what the sticker price, $24 for sticker price on this guy, so $10 average. That's fine. Did well on that guy. It's just the painful thing is it's not just about getting a deal, right, guys? It's not just about getting a deal on cards. It's also about getting what you want, right? Getting what you want and getting what you need. But sometimes I like buying lots of cards like this because it gives me some wiggle room with what I can sell, what I can let go of. And once I start seeing those eBay payments coming in, it really makes me feel like I've totally figured things out and offset all my costs consistently. And I've been able to do that consistently. So that's hopefully I do well on this lot here. So I don't know if I had this Miraidon EX gold card, but this is Scarlet Violet. This guy is shown for $8, so at the $10 average, that's fine. I would still pay $10 for this card. It's a beautiful card, and I'm a huge fan of Koraidon and Miraidon. If I already have it, it will go up for auction. Here's the Alt Art Mewtwo V from Pokemon Go. I really wanted this when the set came out, but I didn't feel like opening the set. So now I have a bunch of Pokemon Go product that I'll keep sealed, and then I have most of the cards that I need from the set. So this will be a mini set that I might actually complete. What I think I'm going to end up doing is figure out what set it came after, and then I'll put those in the same binder together, the same way that I put my Celebrations with my Evolving Skies. And I think those go great together. So here we have 3. I have so many of these promos. I have like 20 something of these promos at this point. I love this Pikachu promo. I will keep picking these up. I love these, and I know that they can go for $10 all day. So these were $3 a piece. But I see them as $10 a piece cards that I want to keep in my collection anyways, so I'm fine with that average. Took an L on this. We got a Faulkner full art Paldea Evolved, I don't have this full art, so that was $2, so I'm taking an $8 L on that practically. A Lost Vacuum from Lost Origin, one of the secret rare cards, that was marked as $6, so I'm taking an L on that. I guess I'm taking a lot of L's on these next cards, so this is going to be fun. And then we have 2 more Hidden Fates cards. So I actually have the rainbow version of these. So now I will have all 3 of the Legendary Bird Hidden Fates cards. So that Hidden Fates is, I'm definitely building those out quite a bit for Hidden Fates now, I think. And you know, I'm pretty sure these are from Hidden Fates. Yeah, because it says tag team on it. I want to say it's Hidden Fates. I don't know. I have no idea what these cards, what sets they're from. Again, one more time, let me show these to you guys. As you guys can see, for the price stickers, I took an L on both of these with the $10 average. You know, I'm like, you know, I did really good on this card because I have a $10 average, but there's also so many cards in here that are not even close to half, you know, $5. We got a Lowland Vulpix V Full Art from Silver Tempest. Definitely, like, these are cards I definitely don't want to pick up, but I'm doing it just for set completions. It hurts, it really does. Team Flare Grunt. This one actually has a crease in it, which is a huge bummer because I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that till I had already purchased it, come home. It is what it is. It's whatever. It's got a beautiful texture to it, but definitely should have just left that in there. I'm taking an L on this card, but that's just going to go into a binder at some point. It's got this nice OG 2016 sleeve on it. That's kind of cool. But yeah, there's that guy. We got a Crown Zenith Energy. I don't think I have this Energy. Took an L on that. We got this Wallace from Silver Tempest. I may or may not have this Rainbow, but you know, $4. We're taking an L on that with a $10 average. Fusion Strike, Tsarina. That was just thrown in there. I wouldn't even count that into my average, but that's a full art that I feel like I have, but I don't know. We got another Crown Zenith Energy that I don't have. If I do, I'll just put it up. Another Energy right here. And then this Tropius from Paldea. I actually don't have this Tropius, so I'm glad I picked this up. I really am a fan of Tropius. And then we have 2 Japanese cards, which my Japanese lovers might like. The Blastoise was marked as 20. The Mew VMAX is marked as 5. This is a perfect example of the difference from Japanese quality of the cards versus English quality. This card is such a banger. Like this card makes me want to only collect Japanese cards. Like, I actually might keep this card. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this card, but this is the Blastoise VMAX. It's just the texture on these is beautiful. Like, this is why people are collecting Japanese, because the quality is just outrageously good. Outrageously good. So yeah, there's that Japanese Blastoise VMAX. I really like Blastoise. I don't mention that enough, but I might have to keep that one. That's just a cool card. And this Mew VMAX is sick. Like these cards are sick. Just the texture on these, the way they look, it's just so much better. It's such a nicer card. So I may have to keep these Japanese cards, but I can kind of slowly start collecting modern Japanese maybe. We got Charon's Care from Brilliant Stars. I needed this full art. Took an L there. We got Scovillain from Scarlet Violet. I think I have this, but I don't know. Took an L on that one. We got the Shaman EX, which is definitely like a $50 card. This is the secret rare from Roaring Skies. You've got the Mega Rayquaza in the back. That's pretty cool. You see him peeking out right here. That's probably my favorite part about this artwork. I just really like the secret rares from those eras. I like how they have these gold borders. I will need this card eventually, so might as well pick it up now. Yeah, that's Roaring Skies. And what else? Yeah, it looks like, okay, and then there's Zygarde. You can see Zygarde in the bottom here. You can just barely make out the Zygarde, but I think it's just sick that you can see Rayquaza in here. I really like that about the Shaman Secret Rare. We got the Slowking EX from Paldea. I actually don't have the Slowking. I was shocked that I didn't have this card. I was just like, dude, you don't need this. Why are you picking this up? But I had a hunch that I didn't have it. So that will be for my binder. This Lugia V-Star from Silver Tempest. I'm pretty sure I have this rainbow already. So this one will help make up some of that value if I can auction this off at a $10 average. That's at least a $30, maybe a $40 card. Arcanine EX, right at the $10 mark. I really like this card. I might just end up keeping this full art. I really love Arcanine. I feel like I'd be stabbing myself in the back if I ended up selling this card. And this is one of the nicer cards in that set for sure. I'm not a huge fan of the Terra Crowns, but it is what it is. The Mewtwo EX, it's got this OG sleeve on it. I really like these old sleeves. I'm gonna have to keep those. Last time I auctioned a near mint version like this, it went for, and the texture on this card is outrageous. Like, this card is so undervalued in my opinion. You can pick up a 10 right now, I think for like 90 bucks, which I'm so tempted to pick that 10 up and have it be the first 10 I've ever purchased. Mewtwo is great. It's got kind of gold borders. I really like how it has the gold borders, and the texture is amazing. It's phenomenal. This card is phenomenal. So last time I sold one of these near mint condition, it got 17 bucks. So at $10, I should do fine on that. We got this Charizard V, which is really a Black Star promo. This was marked $2. I'm just putting this with my Celebrations cards. I just wanted to add this to my Celebrations portion of the binder. So there's that. I'm sure if I sold that, it would get more than $2 though. That's a cool Charizard card. Here we have more Japanese. These are interesting. The centering, you can tell, is really off on the Mewtwo and the Zapdos. The centering for both of these is off a good bit, but it's not, or at least it appears that it's off a good bit. So both of these are really, really minty, really nice cards. I snapped these up quick. These are Japanese Team Rocket's Mewtwo and Zapdos. Because they're both darker hollows, it makes it really difficult to actually see the hollow pattern. That was marked for $40. I don't think I'm going to end up selling these because at the average price that I paid for them, it's just a nice pickup, and it has a really nice hollow pattern. And Japanese getting more and more popular, I think it would be probably wise to just hold on to it for a while. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, I'm going to show you guys close up the hollow. Hopefully you can see it without the sleeve on it. It's really hard with that dark background, but you guys can see this card is mint. This card is mint. It looks beautiful. I'm a huge fan of this artwork too. I remember buying this card and paying an arm and a leg for the English near mint unlimited version. So this is a pretty cool card to see and be able to pick up in my local shop, and it's near mint in Japanese. So that's probably just gonna go into my vintage pile of cards. Like, I'm definitely taking a huge L on this whole lot. I really am. Unless I budge a little bit more and let go of more of the vintage stuff, I'm really just taking a huge L on this lot as far as a sunk cost for just spending money on a bunch of cards. But I wouldn't change it for anything. These are all really nice. I don't think I would get the same deals as I got on all these at a convention, but maybe I'm wrong. And then again, if these got graded, they would grade really highly, and that could also pull a premium. But I don't know what I'm going to do. With this Zapdos, it's really, really hard to see the hollow, but it's pretty cool. It looks like it's almost like behind the clouds in the background. But yeah, it's really, really tough to see. But I like these artworks where it has a darker background. It looks like there's a storm, a thunderstorm going on at night. I think that these cards are really unique and really cool. I just hate that the hollow does not show nearly as much on these darker backgrounds. But yeah, that's also a super nice card. Definitely want to throw this in with my vintage collection. But I'm gonna have to, you know, make some compromises here. I'm gonna have to budge on some stuff if I want to get any of that money back. So here we have a Mew. This is a Black Star promo. I really like this Mew. He's got a rainbow behind it. Might be a little hard to see, but yeah, not a crazy card, but still a nice little card. And then last but not least, we have the M Charizard EX from Evolutions. I really didn't want this card. I don't see this card as being valuable. I'm a huge Charizard guy, but this is not Charizard. This is Mega Charizard with the whole Mega Charizard, Mega Blastoise, Mega Venus. I don't really care for them. I'm just collecting them for set completions. I will say the texture is really nice. If it didn't have the spike coming up from his head, I probably would really like this card. Honestly, it just comes down to that. They've tried to change something that was already a good thing. But here's the Mega Charizard. This was marked for 30. So with my average, this got picked up for 10 bucks. Pretty happy about that. Honestly, with the condition of this card, I feel like it's a $10 card. It's got some pretty bad edge wear at the top there. You guys can see that there. So boom, if it was near mint, you know, sure, get $30, but the price they were asking right off the bat was too much in my opinion. Let's go ahead and put this in a sleeve that it deserves. And hey, if I find another one of these pop into the store and it's near mint, then boom, I can let this one go. But I just don't see a point to flip stuff that I know I'm gonna need to complete sets regardless. I mean, I could flip it. That would give me some more cash coming back in, and then it would make this whole thing a little bit more sustainable, and I may just have to do that. I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing with this lot. I just really I really like that there was an Ancient Mew in here that was sealed. That got me really excited. That made me happy. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this lot. I really need to sell most of this stuff because that's just too much money to spend in one day. I know for a fact that the stack that I got from Rally, I need to keep this stuff for set completion. But again, all this stuff, if I find these cards again in the wild, which I doubt it. For these more vintage cards, I doubt I'm going to walk into a shop and they're going to have the same card twice like that. But if they do, I can pick that card up again and I can auction mine off. If it's a cleaner card, I can just keep whatever the nicer card is. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I had a lot of fun yesterday going to these shops, haggling with them, and I feel like I don't need to go back probably for a week. I have a lot of stuff that I should be putting up for auction, so I best get started on that. Anyways, peace out, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked the haul, and tell me what you think. Did I overpay? Did I get a good deal? Did I screw up? Let me know. Peace.